In this video, we will be reviewing how schedules and menus work together to offer our online ordering customers specific items during specific time periods. These time periods are determined by a schedule. For today's demo, we will be taking a look at an already created breakfast weekend schedule that runs from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays only. We will also walk through how to set up an example lunch schedule from scratch. To begin, navigate to your Volanté Eats admin portal website and log in with your credentials. Select Menus from the left-hand panel. This will expand out into two areas, Menus and Schedules. Let's take a look at the existing schedule under Schedules. On the Schedules page, we can see there is an existing breakfast weekend schedule. In this row, we see some basic information about how the schedule works, like its start date, end date, and how it repeats. For full detail on how a schedule is set up, we would need to press the Edit button located over here. We are now in edit mode on the existing breakfast weekend schedule. Start date lets us choose when the schedule is supposed to begin, and end date lets us choose when the schedule is supposed to end. The Repeat Every dropdown lets us select how many weeks to repeat this schedule. A weekly schedule would repeat every 1 week, a bi-weekly schedule would repeat every 2 weeks, and so on and so forth. The Days area lets us choose which day the schedule should be active on. This is a weekend schedule, so I've selected Saturday and Sunday, and it repeats every 1 week. The start time and end time controls the time interval for when the schedule is active during a specified day. For the breakfast weekend schedule, I've chosen the times to be between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. Now let's navigate back to the Menus area. Here we can see a master menu labeled as Burger Shop menu and a child menu which acts as a schedule menu. Schedule menus are indented with a space below the master menu. The schedule menu here is active and applies specifically to the breakfast weekend schedule. Pressing the Select button on the schedule menu brings us to a page titled Custom Menu. When you create a schedule, you need to create a custom menu to attach the schedule to. A custom menu is really just a copy of your master menu. Here we have simply selected which schedule to apply to this custom menu, located over here, and given it a unique name and a brief description and set its status to active. If you scroll down below, you can see which items are active for this particular schedule. They are indicated by the checkboxes next to the menu item name. A blue tick mark means the checkbox is active, and therefore the menu item is active for this schedule. Now, this next part is very important. If you add in new items to your Volanté back office and sync your menu with the Volanté Eats admin portal, those new items will not automatically be checked as active for a specified schedule. Please always remember to come into the relevant schedule on the Volanté Eats admin portal and activate your newly added menu items that should be scheduled. In order to update any schedule changes, please scroll down to the page and press the blue Update button. Now that we know a little bit more about how schedules work, let us create a lunch schedule that runs on weekdays from 1 to 3 p.m. on a weekly basis. To begin, navigate to the Schedules area under the label Menus on the left-hand side panel. Press the New button in the top right of the screen. Let's give our schedule an easy-to-understand name. Let's arbitrarily pick a start date and an end date. This schedule would repeat once every week and only on weekdays, so let's deactivate the weekend days. Repeat every 1 week is fine. And now let's set the time interval. We want this schedule to be active between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. So the start time would be 1300 and the end time would be 1500. Click the Add button at the bottom of the page to save your changes. You will now return to the Schedules page with your newly created schedule visible in a new row. Now it's time to associate our menu with this schedule. So now let's return to the Menus area. Select the Operation button on the Master menu and then select Create Custom Menu. Here we can select the relevant schedule to assign to this menu. Let's go ahead and pick our lunch weekday schedule. And then it's time to fill out the name and brief description. Once we're done with that, we can click the Add button to save our changes. We will now be able to select which menu items we want active for our lunch weekday schedule. Use the checkboxes to activate the menu items. I'm going to go ahead and activate the chicken area, the fish area, and the flame grilled area. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and make sure to press that Update button. There we go. Now we will be taken back to the menus page, and if we look a little further down, we can see that our newly created schedule exists, the lunch weekday schedule. And that's how we create schedules for our Volanté Eats online ordering platform. Thank you for watching.